Namaste everyone, I am Anjum. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss about the migration in birds. Birds are indicators of the environment. If they are in trouble, we know we will soon be in trouble. With this quote, we will move on to the introduction part. Birds are one of the most beautiful and wonderful creatures of the world, and there are about 18,000 bird species in the world, and India is one of the best places in the world to see the birds. According to recent data, it has 1,349 species of birds, out of which 78 are endemic to the country. Endemic means they are found in only one geographical area, and 212 species are globally threatened. Threatened in the sense they are likely to be endangered. Ornithology is the branch of zoology dealing with the study of birds. The person who studies ornithology is referred as ornithologist, and he studies every aspects of birds including bird songs, flight patterns, physiological appearance, and migration patterns. Salim Ali was an Indian ornithologist and naturalist, and he is known as Birdman of India, and he was first Indian to conduct systematic bird survey across India and wrote several bird books that popularized ornithology in India. The word migration has come from the Latin word migrare, which means going from one place to another. As we human beings travel from one place to another place for employment or for study purpose, in the same manner, the birds also migrate from one geographical region to another geographical region for food, shelter, or etc. And migration is the yearly seasonal journey undertaken by many species of birds, and during this journey birds covers a distance of 1000 kilometers. The most common types of migration are those carried out by the birds in the spring and autumn season, and in the autumn they travel from breeding grounds in the north to the wintering grounds in the south, and vice versa in the spring. Every year, world's 10,000 bird species migrate between breeding and non-breeding sites. The birds that migrates are called migratory birds. All the birds are not migratory, while some of the birds remains in one geographical area are called sedentary birds or resident birds. Example for the migratory birds are geese, spoonbills, Arctic terns, etc. And example for the resident bird are sparrows. Arctic tern is the world's champion long distance migrant, and it is a medium sized birds, have a length of 28 to 39 centimeter and are mainly grey and white plumaged one, and their beak and feet are bright in red. Its scientific name is Sterna paradisea. Arctic terns holds the record for the longest migration of any animal in the world, annually making a journey from the Arctic Circle to the Antarctic Circle. And these small, lightweight seabirds were born to fly long distances of about 30,000 kilometers. As you can see in the map, the red color one are the breeding grounds, the blue color one is the wintering grounds. One more bird is a bar-tailed godwit. Its scientific name is Limosa laponica. It just flew for 11 days straight from Alaska to New Zealand, traveling a distance of 12,000 kilometers without stopping. As you can see in the map, all the birds do not migrate, but all species are subjected to periodical movements of varying extent. The birds which live in northern parts of hemisphere have greatest migratory power. Mainly there are 8 types of migration. Let us study one by one. The first type of migration is latitudinal migration. Movement from north to south and vice versa. Most birds live in the land masses of northern temperature and subarctic zones where they get facilities for nesting and feeding during summer, and they move towards south during winter. Example is cuckoo breeds in India and spends the summer at Southeast Africa and thus covers a distance of 7,250 kilometers. The second type of migration is longitudinal migration, which occurs when the birds move from east to west or west to east. Examples are starlings, a resident of East Europe and West Asia, migrate towards the Atlantic coast. And the third migration is altitudinal migration, which occurs in the mountain regions, and many birds inhabiting in the mountain peaks migrates to the lowlands during the winter season. The fourth type of migration is partial migration. Here, all the members of a group of birds do not take part in migration, only several members of a group take part in migration. Example are spoonbills. The next one is a total migration. When all the members of a species takes part in the migration is referred as total migration. The one more type is a vagrant or irregular migration. When some of the birds disperse to a short or long distance for the purpose of safety and foods. Herons exhibits such a types of migration. The one more type is daily migration. Some birds make a daily journey from their nest by the influence of environmental factors such as temperature, light and humidity. Examples are crows, herons, and the last type of migration is a seasonal migration. Some birds migrate at different season of the year for food or breeding. Examples are cuckoos, swifts, swallows, etc. They migrate from the south to the north during summers. Hence, these birds are called summer visitors. And snow bunting, grey plover, which migrates from north to south during winter, they are called winter visitors. The next topic is nocturnal and diurnal flight. The first one is diurnal migration. Many larger birds like crows, robins, swallows, geese, cranes, etc. migrate during daytime for food. These birds are called diurnal birds and they generally migrate in flocks or groups. The second one is nocturnal migration. Some small-sized birds of passerine groups like sparrow, warblers, etc. emigrates in darkness called nocturnal birds. The darkness of the night gives them protection from their enemies. The next topic is why birds need to migrate or causes of birds migration. The birds need to migrate for food and shelter. Due to overpopulation, there will be scarcity of food and shelter. To overcome this, the birds migrates from one place to another place, and for reproduction, and for the predator avoidance, and to avoid the climate extremes, and for the gonadal changes. The migration towards the breeding grounds is associated with the gonadal changes. The next one is photoperiodism. The increase of day length induces a bird's migration. The day length affects the pituitary gland, which secretes the sex hormones that are the stimulus for the migration. I hope you understood this topic. In the next video, we will discuss about advantages and disadvantages of migration and aerial adaptations of migratory birds, and how do we study the migration, and how do the birds navigate. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.